All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about a land work deal that could, honestly, change everything about how we power our future. Meta, the company behind Facebook and Instagram, just made a huge bet on advanced nuclear power, all to fuel its massive AI ambitions. You see AI popping up everywhere, right? It's absolutely blowing up. But have you ever stopped to think about what's really powering it all behind the scenes? What is the hidden cost of this entire revolution? Because let me tell you, it's not just about clever code and computer chips. The answer really comes down to one thing: power. A massive, constant, and growing need for what the industry calls firm electricity. Think about it. Those AI data centers, they never take a day off. They need juice 24/7, no interruptions, and the amount of power they're starting to consume is accelerating like nothing we've ever seen before. And that massive, growing need for power brings us to the real heart of the issue we need to unpack today: AI's just unquenchable thirst for energy. This lays out the central problem perfectly. On one side, you've got renewables like solar and wind. They're great, they're clean, but, well, the sun isn't always shining and the wind isn't always blowing. Their supply is variable. On the other side, you have data centers that are the complete opposite. They have a relentless, round-the-clock demand. It's a fundamental mismatch. You just can't run a 24/7 operation on a maybe. So, how in the world do you solve a problem like that? Well, the answer seems to have come from a really fascinating and, let's be honest, pretty unlikely alliance. First up, you have TerraPower, and their CEO, Kristolevsk, does not mince words. He's basically saying this isn't some small-time fix. He's talking about deploying gigawatts of advanced nuclear energy and doing it in the next decade. That's a huge, urgent call to action to meet this challenge head-on. And then, on the other side of this deal, you have Meta. Their director of global energy, Urvi Parekh, sees this as a major strategic move. She's calling it a significant step forward as they hunt for energy that's not just clean, but also reliable and scalable. So get this, a tech giant is now directly bankrolling the development of a whole new energy source. So what is this next-generation technology they're all talking about? Well, at the very heart of this whole agreement is a specific design called the Natrium reactor. Okay, first things first, let's just quickly define what advanced nuclear even is, because it's probably not what you're picturing. These aren't your grandfather's giant, sprawling nuclear plants. We are talking about brand new designs that are engineered to be smaller, inherently safer, and way more flexible. And this is where it gets really, really cool. Look at what this Natrium design can actually do. A dual unit can provide a steady 690 megawatts of firm power, day in, day out. But here's the real game changer. It has an energy storage system built right in. It's like a power plant and a giant battery all rolled into one. That lets it ramp up to a full gigawatt of peak power for over 5 hours when demand spikes. It's got both steady output and incredible flexibility. So you might be wondering, why this specific technology? Why Natrium? Well, the crucial point is that this design is way further along in the regulatory process than any other design in the US. It's already cleared some major hurdles. And if you're an investor like Meta, that kind of certainty is everything. It takes this from a cool idea on a whiteboard to something they can actually build. And because this technology is so close to being a reality, this deal isn't just about one company anymore. It really could become a whole new blueprint for how we power our entire digital economy. Let's just talk about the scale for a second. 2.8 gigawatts. That's the total amount of carbon-free baseload power these 8 planned reactors could deliver for Meta. To put that into perspective, that is a truly staggering amount of electricity, running 24/7. This is a massive, massive commitment. The implications here are just huge. We are seeing a brand new model take shape, where tech companies don't just buy clean energy, they directly fund the creation of the power plants they need. Big tech is becoming a patron of next-generation power. This could spark a wave of local job growth and innovation, and it positions advanced nuclear as a potential fourth pillar of energy security for our digital world. The big question now is, which tech giant is going to follow their lead? And look, this is not some far-off science fiction concept. There is a concrete timeline here. TerraPower is already building its first plant, and they're aiming to finish it by 2030. The very first units backed by this Meta deal, they could be powering data centers as early as 2032. We are talking about this decade. This is just around the corner. So as we wrap this up, we're left with this one enormous question. We have an undeniable, massive new demand for energy, all driven by AI. We have an advanced technology that promises clean, 24/7 power.
And now we have a major tech company willing to write the checks to make it all happen. Is this partnership the blueprint? Is this the future of how we'll power our digital world?